Welcome back to episode 2, Swiss Miss project. This one there's a fuck ton load more painting in this one. So here I've got the base of the monitor. I'm just putting on a very thin coat of primer, except for that one spot there, because I need the paint to adhere to the base of the monitor. So I've already sanded everything down so the primer can actually attach itself to, because this stuff was like piano black, shiny. Here I've got to cover up the two bits there to stop the paint going in, so I'm going to use duct tape. The duct tape I'm just pulling off now. Oh, the sound of duct tape. So I'm just going to put it down the length of the wire and fold it over, and that'll stop the paint getting all over the wires. Now I found a plastic bag here to wrap the electrical components, because I didn't want paint getting into any of the pots or anything like that. So that's an audio term. That's for the little controller that goes round and round. So, more spraying doing, or even done. Just spraying it like I don't care. And you can see just at the top there, all the fumes. I got quite high. Here we've got the mouse, and just trying to figure out in my brain what you actually see. It's not actually that much you see once it's all built. Now these little side pieces for the mouse were an absolute pain. The primer started to eat away at the pre-copper paint that was there, and I'll show you that in a minute. And the mouse, this had a rubber coating, but the paint definitely went on very nice. I tried not to put too thick of a coat on because I wanted to keep the Cougar logo visible. And here I focus in. That's what had happened. It had caused some type of strange chemical reaction and decided to end up looking like the folds in my hand there. So, some of the larger bits I get to attack next. So, just moving the things that have dried a bit. And I'm just going hell for leather. Or leather for hell. I have no idea what the saying is, or even what it means. So I just did this most of the day, just spraying up everything. Day 2. So I've got a little air compressor for airbrushing and a little trigger gun thing, and I've got the 3 paints that I'll be using for this. I'm going for a digital camo effect, as you've probably seen in the picture art. So I've got VW Beetle 2 Barbie Pink, I have a Ford Europa blah de blah blah lipstick pink, that's that one here, and finally I have a Nissan charity pink. Now this is the first time I'm using an airbrusher, and I'm using a cellulose based paint. What I didn't realise was it's still too thick. I had asked a friend about the thickness and he said it should be okay. It wasn't okay. It needed to be thinned down even more. But when I was doing it, it seemed to be just about the right consistency. Now I'm wearing gloves because I realised I'm just going to get paint all over my hands again and again and again. But after that short time of me finding gloves and putting them on, the paint just wasn't coming out. It seemed to have clogs. So day 3. Day 3, we got cellulose thinner. So I could thin down the paint much better. This is actually car paint. I'm not sure if I mentioned that already. So, yeah. So, I'm just trying to figure out what's the best way. So I have these stencils that I got off eBay. They come with the holes pre-cut and also the chads, the little prints that do come out. So I decided, right, let's try just putting the stencil on the top and spraying through the holes. On the centre bit and around the edge we'll use the chads, the outlined printed ones. Here I am lifting off the various layers. The one round the side took the longest to do because it wasn't as simple as just spraying, but I found out that the spray needed to be well down. I mean, there's just blotchiness. I did this on the back of the monitor so you could actually, well, you wouldn't see it, so I could actually try it out because I was really reserved in the paint department. So I decided to go for the outer style, which meant that I had to put all the little bits of plastic and stick them down and spray over them, stick down a different shape, covering different areas, spray that down. So here I am trying to do one of the more awkward pieces. This one has a very sharp corner which you can't really get your hand into. You'll see that just now. Just spraying it away. Here I am, taking it all off. So you've got your base layer, very light coat. You put on as many shapes as you want on your second coat. That would be the second darkest colour you have. And then you put down more shapes overlapping and spray that. So this is me using double-sided sticky tape, which I've probably had for too many years, and I'm just trying to line things up, trying to make them straight, trying to do it in one piece. But I found that I had made a grand mistake. Even though I bought 2 packs of it, I needed a lot more for doing larger pieces. The paint in this gun was definitely not, well, the reservoir was not big enough for what I needed. I should have probably bought my own airbrush gun with a little jar on the bottom. Probably would make things a lot easier for me. I mean, probably would mean that I could put it down more easily and what have you. So here you can see that I had to peel off the top half and put it on the bottom, and I'm just trying to save it the best I can. On the opposite panel, on the other side, I had to do a 50-50, which meant I painted the top half, then painted the bottom half, using bits of paper to sort of cover the 50% mark. Here I am spraying around the case now. Decided to do the center, the case part last, because that feels like it's more the coming near to the end. You know that you're nearly finished. As I had said at the start of this video, there's a lot of paint. If I had more of a workshop paint gun, this probably would have taken no time at all. So here's the front of the case. I had taken as many items off as I could. I put the grill back on because I just needed to spray that. It was just easier so the shapes could match up a little bit better. So here I keep on saying the word so. I'm so sorry. That's the front of the case done. I just needed to spray everything and get it covered in a lacquer just to give a shiny look. So day 4, I had built it all and I forgot to film it, but it's just putting everything back together. I didn't think there was much need, and it looks awesome. Came out just about how I wanted it. Is definitely the digital camo pink that I was going for. Swiss Miss is definitely alive. Front monitor looking very nice. I like that the 3 parts did actually match. That's the bezel, the stand, and the attachment of the stand to the physical monitor. And I also did the keyboard, which means that I do not know what key does what. But I've used the keyboard that much that it's not too hard of a problem. I left the window key buttons because I never know where they are. The mouse in all its glory. So does it still all work? Well, that is a question since I've done so much. So I've got a green light on the speaker there. The mouse is lit up. I've got posts in the back there. And yes, I was able to save the Cougar logo in behind the paint. No. Remember to like, subscribe, and some other third thing. Bye bye now.